you should go to California or South Tahoe.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, man.
I was just there recently. In Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple weeks ago. You can't see.
No.
And I had a guy working out there just the other day, and he sent me a picture. It's just a smoke screen. Yeah, it literally says on the air quality websites and maps hazardous. Like you can't even be here right now. You either be inside and hope for the best for filtering, or don't breathe this stuff.
This has been like, what, how many months now? 3 months of this stuff going on. It's just been really...
Yeah. First
really
of all,
bad.
cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you inviting me back. I really do.
It's awesome. It's been... Oh, this is pretty good.
What are you drinking again?
Slow and low.
Okay.
Rock and rye.
I can't think of anything named Slow and Low that I wouldn't like. So that just sounds good to me, man.
It
Sounds
works.
great.
This is actually good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Excellent.
California is burning bad.
Yeah. And the smoke here from our fires now is starting out on the western
We're
slope.
getting everyone's smoke because it's moving like a river to the east.
Yeah.
It goes all the way to New York, but we're getting it thick.
And I think it's Ida is it, I might have the wrong one. The one that's going up the Baja, Mexico, and that's going to shoot moisture to Phoenix for sure, and then bring us a little bit on the western slope, which is good. But man, I just wish a hurricane would just shoot up that Gulf and pass Houston and head right for Denver.
Yeah,
just
just
head right for
turn these fires
just
off.
Dump on the western area, or why why can't California get just one of those 1 in a million years unbelievable hurricanes? It
I
just
know.
Parks over Sacramento and just dumps everywhere.
It's not in their cards.
No, it ain't. It definitely ain't. That's too bad.
Yeah.
They
I
need
just started working with a couple guys that used to be firemen out in California. One is retired chief, and his son, who is just recently is out of there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna drag you guys to the podcast, but their stories.
Oh God.
Their stories are crazy.
They probably have a few. How
I'm
long they been
sure.
out there fighting?
One, I think, is 11 or 14 years, the younger guy, and his father has been in the fire department most of his adult life. So he's been, firefighter and then chief, and chief here, chief in a different state. He's now in Idaho, and he has a lot to say about it, and interesting stories. It's not super encouraging, I would say.
Sure. No, it's not. But again, I'm going to go back to what we talked about before about desalinating the Pacific. I'm watching specials about, these things about how you deal with the brine. And the brine, you can power currents, get electricity from these currents by the difference between the heavily salinated water and the fresh water. There's a difference in the ions, and I'm being very general about it, but you can actually get power from the brine. The brine can be used to then generate electricity. Fascinating technology. So I'm watching this going, ooh, there's a chance. I just feel there's a chance, and I think we're talking about the short thing. There's fires everywhere.
Right.
I just think longer term we're going to have to pull from the Pacific and use it for many reasons.
Yeah.
Hey, the Israelis are doing it. The Saudis are doing it. It's working.
It's working.
And they're creating new technology to deal with the brine. That's what I'm saying. The byproduct can be dealt with and utilized. It's better than the idea of a fusion reactor, which clean coal and fusion reaction. We ain't seeing it, but I think we'll see this technology come forward quickly. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know much about it, but I've been reading this book. It's called Life 3.0. It was recommended on another podcast I listen to regularly. And he's talking about AI and, all kinds of scenarios that could happen. Do we want them to happen? Just, going a little bit into physics, but in a very basic level, not for, not equations and stuff like
Sure.
that. Just like how can we grab energy from the universe and see how we can utilize it for ourselves. So basically harness
Sure.
energy from the universe in all kinds of, theoretical ways, maybe per se now, but generally speaking could be possible. And it's fascinating, the type of stuff that you think, just let's go to the most extreme one that for me and you might be mind-blowing, but for physicists could make some sense. Harnessing the energy of a black hole we're like, what are you talking about? But
Wow.
it's just as
What?
crazy
Yeah.
as what it would seem to some folks,
Mm-hmm.
let's say 1,000 years ago, to say, oh yeah, we're humans, we're gonna harness the power of the Pacific,
Huh.
the winds of the world,
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So I feel like very interesting, just the book in general, and also the ideas that he's talking about, the concepts, even in a theoretical level, because the fact that we're thinking about it and even looking into that kind of stuff makes me feel like there's a lot more to see, that we're not yet exploiting, maximum efficiency of energy. I mean, not even close.
The Terminator movies were fascinating for me because the concept that the machines would take over, it's fun, it's Hollywood. But
Right.
let's dig down a little bit. Here we are in modern times, and there are whole factories in China making sex dolls. These sex dolls are pretty responsive in a sense. As a matter of fact, I tap into that realm in my writing and what I'm moving into as I move forward. And that's just some of the basic stuff I'm looking at. But I had these conversations in the family. Of course, I waited till it was a holiday.
Right.
So it's the best time to have these Christmas. You want to talk about sex dolls. So here I am talking
Is
about.
there a good time to talk about sex dolls?
They're just Christmas
Depends.
was a great time. I thought Christmas was a great time, but I took it forward as to so let's just say, based on what I'm seeing in the news, these generations are desensitizing and becoming less and less more human focused and more just technology is taking over. That's that general statement again. And relationships are changing. And guys are ordering sex dolls because they are. And population problem, Japan has it already. Looks like the United States is starting to fall a bit, on and on. So let's take it forward. They take these sex dolls and they put AI chips in them. These things start to think of themselves. And
Can you imagine?
at what point in time, Ito, at what point in time do we actually get to the part where the Elon Musks of the world, who are talking about now having autonomous drivers who are AI robots, at what time do we get the Asimov thing? These things click and go, oh, we can do this on our own. That's the sci-fi thing. And I think we delved into that last time, but I'm being serious now.
I don't remember.
First time we didn't tape. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious about the sex doll thing. If you make enough of them and there's enough guys out there that like it, it's the same concept as the dog being able to lick himself.
Yeah.
Ito, if I could lick myself, I'd never leave the fucking house. That's the oldest joke in the world.
Yeah, I got a couple of things to say about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Are we having time
it's-
for that? Or, yeah.
I'll keep it short.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, there's a few things that are interesting. One is there was this experiment. It's I think it was done with mice or rats.
Why not? One of them.
Yeah. Anyway, they gave them this device where they can enhance and inject themselves with dopamine. And I
right.
mean, they've proved rather quickly that they'll just not stop. They'll just keep going and going and going
Okay.
and get on this dope because
crack.
it's
Sure.
basically an undescribable and uncomparable ecstasy that you have immediate reach to. So
Who doesn't want that?
exactly. So that's point number one. Point number two, I think that, and I'm not an expert on this subject at all. This is just from readings and looking into that. But AI, the way we think about it, most AI experts seem, for now, to agree that we're far, far from it.
Far from
Artificial General Intelligence, AGI. Which
Okay.
that means that, dolls or robots or whatever is out there, cars, for them to turn independent, there's a long way.
But the fear is there.
The fear is there. Elon Musk, has and others have all expressed that. Many expressed it, thinking it's a big deal. Others dismiss it. I think there's room for both because it's so out of this world that it's hard to imagine how that's gonna work. And there's many that would argue that we can prevent it, based on how we create it.
We can prevent it.
Yeah, but
Nature.
yeah.
It's all part of nature to me. I don't think you can.
And I don't know. This is completely out of my realm. But my gut feeling is that, first of all, we're far further from it on the timeline than we might think.
Okay.
Which does not dismiss the theory in general. It's just going to take longer. But
it's not 2 years, it's 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not going to be accessible to many of the technology pieces that we're going to be acquiring in the near future. Mm-hmm. So it won't be in these dolls. I feel like the first thing that's going to get AI would be
military.
Will be just like the natural way that technology trickles down to everything. You know, internet was first, military. GPS was first, military.
Right.
So there's a natural path for that kind of stuff.
Excuse me.
But yeah. So the capacity to run that type of AI, I feel like would be not common in many devices for the next. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there out of my ass. 100 years.
100 years, dude! You go way far.
That's what these AGI guys are talking about, and they dedicate their life to studying this thing.
Well, the
even autonomous.
It might not be good enough for humans to live on anyway. Who knows?
Yeah.
So maybe that works for the robots.
Right. Well, to your point, it doesn't really matter if it happens in 100 years, 20 years, or 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. If it happens, it happens. But the interesting thing is that there's this guy Baudrillard. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but I can put a link to him in the description. But generally speaking, he's talking about, he has this theory called simuli, the simulation, basically the whole transition from reality as we know it to simulation until we fade into an area where we can't tell the difference, which is not far from now. I mean, we're already pretty much cyborgs, living with this cell phone.
Well, what is this one of the machines that helps? Do you have one of these things that you do the?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
Oculus.
Oh
VR.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I won't put one on.
Yeah.
I'm scared to death, dude. I'm scared, and
it's not there
yet. I've got
yet.
fantasies about what it could be, and I don't want to be there.
Trust me, every male that puts
Honey,
it on.
you're first.
Yeah.
Number one is my wife in my life.
There you go.
I'm not.
Yeah. No, we're not there yet. It's great. It's fun. It's more for driving a racing car, and it's like immersing and everything. But we're not there. Like, the only way to really get full immersion is, I think, if we're tapping into the actual brain, and just like when you're dreaming, simulate something like that where you get the sensations and the feelings and the breeze in your hair, if you have hair, not like me.
Not like me. Yeah, it's two of us. There you go.
But you get my point.
Yeah. Did you see the Godzilla Kong versus Kong movie? That kid that was sitting in there and he had everything connected to him. I wonder if that is what we're sort of speaking about.
Yeah, there's many movies like that. One of the famous ones is Ready Player One.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
that was a Spielberg movie, right?
Was it? Beyond me, I don't know. But great movie.
Pixels was Adam Sandler. Ready Player One was Spielberg.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah.
Just the concept in general, and that's where you start losing, like, in essence, reality as we know it seems to be the boring part. Of course, the ending in the movie is that it's not. It's actually the best thing, reality as we know it. It's the romantic ending, but is it? If we can simulate, the best reality you can imagine, like that rat or mice on the dopamine button, just tapping that thing. Why the heck would you live a normal life outside where the grass is brown and, the cars can hit you?
Did you see Contact?
No.
It's where the short version is Jodie Foster actually travels, and whether it's for the wormhole or whatever's going on.
You gotta like Jodie Foster.
I do. I really like her work. But she actually travels into the outer reaches and speaks to one of the beings out there. And she says, "Is this real?" And he said, "It's real as you, in essence, it's real as you want to make it. This is, who created this?" And he said, "It was created a long time before me." And looking up at the heavens and just seeing like these streaks of light travel through the wormholes. And it's just a fascinating thing.
I like the concept already.
Yeah, and it was, let's see who the writer was. It's the guy that got panned because he did actually work with the government to get a disinformation service out about UFOs.
Yeah.
The guy everybody loves, billions and billions, that guy. that's a whole different subject matter. But anyway, it was
Almost reminded me who that was, but it didn't come.
It's not Neil Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's the guy before him. Gosh, I can't think. I'm sorry. Anyway, fascinating because
Is that Nye?
No, not Bill Nye. It's I can see the guy. Gosh darn it! And everybody out there who might be watching is going, I know who that is. But anyway, she's seeing it all, and it just makes you think of how we do this. And like we talked about this before, my father once said to me, "Fastest, mode of transportation. Think about it."
Right.
And I was a little kid. I'm like, what? And speed of thought, and it all builds into that, which leads me to the point we were at the end of the last time we spoke, which is God. No, we're not going to do that thing. What we're going to do is when people say to me, the universe is ever expanding, I always say, what's on the other side? That's all I want to know, dude. Just give it to me. It's all theoretical. And you can give me all the data you've researched and show me everything you've done and who's come before you. But there's not one effing person on this earth can tell me what's on the other side of the ever-expanding universe. They can't. They call it energy or great. What is it, though? So that is where I get into the concept of God or a higher being, a higher power. Completely unexplainable. I just know when I get up in the morning, I'm pretty comfortable praying to a God and giving thanks for whatever this is and how it is, and then meditating and tapping into what I'm trying to tap into what's on the ever expanding, but I start with what's on the other side. That's just how I am. I reasoned it out. It's my balance. It's what I go for.
Right.
The other side is, to me, God, and the side that's ever expanding is the universe that I'm trying to tap into, and it works for me. It helps me. It's helped me in so many ways.
You can't beat works for me.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly right, right?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
Vanilla ice cream for him, that thing. That's how it is, right? When you go to, what kind of burger you like? I like a burger with pickles on it.
There you go.
You don't want, and you just tell them what you can get. They're like,
Nope.
burger pickles.
Yeah.
Like my wife, salt.
That's it.
Just 5-10 minutes of that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's a hard subject, but I've always felt very comfortable around it. I feel like I'm probably more agnostic than anything else, but I don't like to define it too much.
Sure, because there's atheism, there's agnostic, there's
I never had a name for it. I just told somebody once. Actually, maybe it was Rachel. I was like, hey, I don't know if there's a God.
Sure.
I just feel like there's something rather than nothing.
Sure.
That was my gut feeling. And they said, oh, you're agnostic. And I said, okay.
Good.
You got the name for that?
I'll go get a T-shirt.
Somebody told me I'm
get a
agnostic.
hat.
Yeah, there you go. But, so I do believe in a lot of the science. That made sense to me as a kid always. I loved physics and not necessarily math, but how things work. If you like driving cars, if you like mechanical things, all that stuff kind of comes together. So physics has
My son's very much that way.
Right.
He likes to break it down.
Yeah. And then if you enjoy those things, then naturally you start exposing yourself to the physical components of them. So every action has an equal and opposite reaction. How does it apply to my hobby kind of thing?
Sure.
So all these rules and the math behind them start making sense. So the science behind how our universe is constructed and what is it doing seem to me pretty solid. But again, I'm no scientist and I have no idea. I don't know the answer to any of those questions, but at the end of the day, it seems to me like a lot of it is making sense. That's how I felt about like what happens when you punch a wall. It seems like it punched you just as hard back in your fist.
Okay, so you said equal and opposite reaction. I relate that directly to karma. And I'll go off a bit on the side. I'm going to relate it to my wife.
Yep.
I'm going to say this. My wife, my family knows this. I don't know what it is, Ito. We can't figure it out. I can't. I just know to accept it. Here's how it works.
I think you told me about this.
Dude, it's not even, I did, didn't I? If I not sexually. If I screw with my wife, something happens to me invariably, and it happens very quickly. And I'm not kidding around, dude.
If you messed up.
I have banged my feet, my hands, my arm, my elbows. The list goes on. My kids have witnessed it. They've seen it, and I can goof and play up the physical comedy. It's not that way. It's a very strange thing. So that's that world there. Now karma. I'm living in a moment right now. Ooh, dogs, yeah, life.
Mommy's home.
Yeah, that'll make them happy, right?
Yeah.
Living in the moment. There is a moment taking place right now. I'm
Right.
about to get on a plane to go back to for my daughter's wedding.
Right.
And there's a few things going on. There's a dynamic going on. It has to do with family. And I've stated how I feel about particular things, and I've made some particular decisions, and I've made phone calls and texted. And I stated what my reasons were.
Yeah.
And they really have to do with good, positive things. But there's the Chuck Turner jersey stuff boiling over here. I couldn't wait to fucking throw a punch at it. Couldn't wait to fucking get mine in because I've been waiting for goddamn 7 months, man. I got a fucking shot in. And I know what that does. That sets me up for negative. And
Yeah.
I'm in the world. Did you ever see the movie The Omen?
No.
Okay, in The Omen, the original Omen, the movie, the guy who is the photographer who's telling the guy he's picked up on things that are going evil, he starts showing him photographs. And the photographs, everybody dies. And when they photograph a black, like a cut appears by them that show they're going to die. Then he shows a photograph of himself, and he's got the same thing. And it ends up where he's walking a street in Italy, and then a glass panels are on a cart, and they loosen up, and they shoot off and cut his head off. Very famous movie, but to that point,
Yeah.
I know I'm living in the moment right now of where I put out the really heavy negative. I've got to cleanse, and I have to do a couple things when I get out of here. I've got to cleanse it, and I've done it. I've texted back and said a few things and done things, but I set it up wrong. When I do that, dude, shit happens. It's not pretty. It really isn't. But I felt like I had to get it out of my system, and I had to do it because I felt like I was telling my wife that I'm defending our position. We feel like we've been relegated for a long time in a particular social strata, and we decided to move to Arizona because of it. We decided to get the fuck out.
From here?
You're goddamn right. We decided to fucking buy a place in Arizona and build a new life because we felt we were being relegated
Here in Colorado?
by a particular group of people that were involved in socially. How's that for a general statement? And we decided to tell them to go, in my own way, go fuck yourself, man. I'm going taking my wife to Arizona, and you guys can be in your own little first place on your own. We're going to start our own first place. Dude, we bought a lot on the lake. We had a house design. No bullshit. Paid $4,100 for this design. I had a new life. The former mayor of Phoenix is a friend of mine. Had an idea for a business, something to do. We were going to just get this thing rocking.
New start.
Shit happened, and we're here. Well, guess what? Sometimes we get relegated, and things happen, and it's not pretty, and it's not fun. Now, the people that might be doing it, they got no fucking clue. They have no clue they're part of it. But what they're doing is they're making decisions and not including us or not telling us, not telling the mother of the bride. You know what I mean? And that doesn't sit well with the father of the bride.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did a little something, and my wife was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm sending out the signal that I'm throwing a punch." Anyway, so I have to cleanse. I have to find a way when I'm done talking to you to go and just, look up and just go, "Hey, I need a what's that? Mulligan. I need a mulligan."
Yeah.
Because I've been real positive, but this thing, it's
Oh,
part of
wow.
that angst of the wedding and all that. I needed to just say, and it's all come okay, but you, me, and whoever was watching knows that I took a shot at somebody today because we tried to get away from this situation years ago. We tried to get up and go do our own thing.
Right.
Didn't get away. We're still in that. Linda and Chuck are nice people. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're honest. We have integrity.
Yeah, I was always, I don't like to admit, pretty selfish in that way, where if I need to take care of myself, I was out taking care of myself.
You say, is it selfish in a negative way?
You can say it's somewhat positive, somewhat negative, depends who you're asking. If you're a hardcore...
I'm asking you.
Hardcore, I think it's great.
Good.
Hardcore family men might say, hey, this is, you should be there and no matter what, da-da-da. And I'm like, only gonna live once. There's a pretty short amount of time I'm going to live. It's not that long. I'm definitely not getting a second
You got a
chance.
pretty good perspective on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just honesty, it's
Yeah.
brutal honesty. So I love my family, and they know I do, and we talk so much, and I think our relationship is great because we all do what we want to do,
You said because as opposed to but. I was waiting for you to say but.
But
But's the famous word that we all use. But
yeah, no, it's because, there is this seed, not in everyone, in some of the family members that is somewhat selfish, but in a healthy way. It's like, okay,
Sure.
I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to start a life. I'm going to build my business. I'm going to go to school in a different place. I'm going to find somebody and connect with them and build a life somewhere else.
Yeah.
And we can all visit.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking on the phone every day for an hour. It doesn't matter. The point is, I'm not holding myself back for that.
I'm not going to fly your flag.
Exactly.
I don't fly other people's flags.
No,
I've
it's a bad idea.
I tried, and I'm not good at it, man. I'm best when I
Well-
fly my own flag.
Best that you've noticed it and do,
Yeah.
Talking about cleanse, though, me and Rachel just came back from Peru Creek. It's if you go to Keystone
Okay.
and you take I want to say east.
For those people who aren't familiar, all you East Coasters know Breckenridge. Just Keystone's close.
Close to Breckenridge. Is that the most famous stop?
Everybody, Breckenridge is the most popular ski destination
went to
in North
Breck.
America.
Yeah.
Went to Breck.
Yeah.
We had Breck for like 3 days, and pizza sucked.
funny.
Pizza sucked. Come on.
Yeah, I love Breck. It's cute. But anyway, it's like some road out of Keystone. I want to say 260 or something like
Yeah.
that.
All right.
And you keep taking down until you get to Peru Creek, the
Yeah.
trailhead, and a little bit in there, and it's these kind of milky turquoise water. How do you say turquoise?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Look at what color we have here. It's turquoise.
yeah, it's,
Let's see it.
it's foreign language
Greenish
here.
blue.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Greenish blue.
Yeah. I can say it in Hebrew.
Fucking Americans.
Hebrew, it's
Jesus,
Tulkiz.
they're stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, gorgeous water.
Yeah.
You lose cell reception pretty quickly into the trail, and then me and Rachel set up camp there. 2 hammocks, literally on the water.
Wow.
Campsite and the fire pit, just a
Wow.
little bit back.
When was this?
Just this weekend.
Oh, nice. Come on now.
Yeah, baby.
Love that.
So
That's
I was
fantastic,
just talking
dude.
about cleanse.
Sure.
You cannot get a better cleanse than that.
No, if you're cleansing your mind and your body at the same time, that's fantastic. And what did you hear?
Quiet.
What were you hearing around you? What were the sounds?
Out there,
Yeah.
oh wow, it was just, first of all, it was just a constant stream of water, which for me is killer. Rachel also loves water.
Ionization of the air in any way is fantastic for you and your soul, dude. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It was just meditative.
Oh, man. Good for
Woke
you
up,
guys.
Just put the little foldable chairs by the water, drink coffee to it
Where did you sleep?
in the tent. Like
You guys
kings.
how
Yeah.
great is that, man?
Sipping on Tennessee whiskey by the fire right before bed. Yeah, baby. It
That was
was good.
fantastic, man. Good for you, man. Good for you. Of course, people are pissed you have a campfire out there.
Yeah. No, we went by the regulation and
Good.
everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there was signs like what you should do and how you should take care of it. And
Very nice.
I care about the environment a
No,
little
I'm
bit.
glad
so
for you, man.
I made sure we do it right.
I'm glad for you. I think I told you, Linda and I get down to Santa Fe, and that's one of our places where we really, we cleanse in many ways. It's the mental and the physical as well. But
Santa Fe is nice.
oh God,
It's very pretty.
if anybody, needs to get away, get to Santa Fe. It's not, dude. It's not Cancun.
No.
It's not Cancun. It's spiritual and not in a
very
heavy
majestic.
way. Majestic. And Mexico is the land of enchantment, so you can say those things.
I wanted to say enchanted.
I know you wanted to. I was
Enchanted
trying to throw it to you, but
Thanks.
you picked it up. But it's got the stuff you need for us especially. And Linda's like, you really gravitate to it. I go, yeah. My energy it helps me. It doesn't take me away.
Yeah.
It takes me into a place where I need to be. It gives me the balance I need. And balance can be overused. It's like awesome or amazing, but it really does give me what I need when I go down there. I feel it right away, and it's in this. The senses are there, man. I can smell it. I can the firewood at night. Oh, geez, in
Yeah.
the fall. Oh, it's addictive.
Adobe Homes.
It's my cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it just grabs me. The taste of the food, the sounds, just the sounds when you're hiking.
Don't tell me about food in New Mexico. I got one place that you'll die for.
Where do you go?
So this is a little bit of a trip out of Santa Fe. You got to take a little trip.
Okay.
But if you go south,
Talking about Chimayo?
Hatch.
Oh, God, for the chili? Dude, it's in
Not
King
for the
Super.
chili. Green chili cheeseburger from Sparky's.
Are you talking about?
die for.
Are you talking about the?
It's world
South?
famous.
So that's the.
You go to actual Hatch.
Is that the
town.
nuclear place? The place that the scientists go
it's
to?
just east of that. If you,
We're gonna look this up.
yeah.
What's it
Hatch
called?
is Hatch. It's a little town called actual Hatch. I mean, it's actually called Hatch. And let me tell you.
Hey Siri. We'll do it later. Seriously.
You need to know about this place. So me and my buddies from work, we all like kind of map out foodie places, and this is high up there on the map. They have 2 spots in Hatch. First of all, it's very cute. Like it's a very famous biker stop. It has a lot of really cool stores. Like people make art out of metals and stuff like that. It's really cool. And they got 2 stores. One is like they proclaimed world famous.
Sure.
Sparky's. They do have a line out the door usually.
Wow.
And then this other spot, it's something cafe. I can show it to you, but it's I don't want to tell you guys because it's a secret spot. No, it's something cafe. It's just by Sparky's, and I kid you not, it's the best. First of all, cheeseburger I've ever had, but specifically because it's Hatch green chili cheeseburger, that would melt your face off.
Okay, shameless plug.
Yes, let's hear it.
Book 3, I do bring in New Mexico, and I bring in some historical things that have to do with exactly what we're talking about. Because back in the day, boy, I can't give it away, so I have to be general. Back in the day, the pre-Route 66 area, green chili cheeseburgers were discovered in New Mexico. Again, I'm not giving it away. I'm just saying general stuff. Green chili cheeseburgers were discovered, and that's where it started there. So I bring it around in my writing. But to the bigger point, you can't get that type of thing in Chicago. You're not going to get that experience. You've got to go there. You're saying secret and this. Yeah, just go there, and you'll get it right away. You'll understand it.
Absolutely. There's green chili cheeseburgers out here. We're only a state away.
But
it's not even close.
It's
not even close.
No, there's the kitchen's got to have love, and there's got to be that connection. I don't want to go to. I'm not being racist. I don't want to go in a Chinese restaurant and see a white guy cooking. I don't. I don't.
This is the best type of racism ever existed. Like, I mean, if any racism is accepted, I think is let the cuisine stay authentic.
Sure, absolutely.
Because me too. When I go to a Mediterranean place, I'm a sucker for Mediterranean. Yeah, I'm not looking to see a white guy out there. I want to see,
man.
Lebanese, Syrian.
Absolutely.
When I go to India, same thing. It's,
do you want Frankie McBride making your shawarma?
Yeah.
Doing the shawarma? No,
no.
Come on, man.
And maybe
Mr.
there's a
Smith
Frankie.
making naan bread.
Maybe there's a Frankie out there that can make killer shawarma. But
I don't think
so. My experience is, that cuisine is hard to keep in the family. It's not that easy, to be honest.
It's not, bro.
And to keep that DNA running through generations, to keep those touches that you don't even know are there, but make it what it is. For me, like I'm a sucker for food, like Moroccan and many others. I can go about this all day, but my point is that the best food I've ever had was always made by somebody who's from that line of heritage.
So I want to speak to that real quick because my sister Patty told me something that was very, very important, and anybody in South Jersey understands this right away, especially Linwoodites, people that went to my high school, mainland regional high school, Linwood, Northville, Summers Point. We know this. When you're growing up, if you went to Pleasantville to get pizza, which most of us did, you go to JoJo's or Pasquini's. JoJo stuck around and ended up at a place where I worked before called Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips. They took that location.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, well, they took JoJo's became big and Pasquini's went away. My sister Patty just told me 3-4 weeks ago, Chucky, and I'm thinking the Black Cat apparently somehow acquired the recipe. I God only knows what goes on. They sold it. They acquired. but I can get a Pasquini style pizza at Black Cat, and if anybody who knows what I'm talking about, they'll go like, yeah, it's a big deal. I cover it in my book. I talk about it. I change the names, obviously, but people know right away
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Thick and chewy Napolitan, Neapolitan versus a thin, buttery, smaller pizza. We actually had craft pizza, craft style, the brick oven style pizza when I was a kid, and we didn't even know it. We didn't know it. Now, Linda and I, we go local to, it's changed names a few times. It was Marco's, coal-fired. Then the national Marco's, which is more like Domino's, and those came in, and then Marco's
They're fine.
changed to Rocca's, RACA. They've changed back to Marco's coal-fired. I'm telling you right now, they throw what looks like a tortilla in the oven. It's got buffalo mozzarella, it's got basil, fresh basil, and it's got a little marinara. And it comes out, and they say, you want some prosciutto? And they'll slice fresh prosciutto, throw it on.
What's
and
that?
Prosciutto is the cold-cut ham, the ham that the Italians make. It's cured, not cooked. They'll throw fresh prosciutto on top. And they serve it up, 12-inch. It's $16. I'd pay $26. It is so flippin' tasty and chewy like tortilla, but it takes me back to Pasquini's, which is so. Here's the wrap up. We're going.
Where
home.
can I get this pizza?
I'm going home tomorrow, home to South Jersey tomorrow, and I will take the boys down to the shore, Atlantic City shore, where the ocean is, to go crabbing and fishing. We're going to stop in Absecon and see my sister, and we're going to Black Cat for a quick pizza.
We need to see a picture of that.
Oh, you're goddamn right I'm taking a picture. I don't screw around with food. I am dead serious. I'm going to Black Cat. I'm getting my freaking Pasquini-style pizza. I'm having my sons eat it. I'm going to go out to go crabbing. If they catch one crab, I'll cry my eyes out, get a picture, and have it forever. And I hate that. One more thing. When my son graduated college, I took him to Puerto Penasco. It's the very top of the Sea of Cortez in Mexico. The Arizonans call it Rocky Point. We did not have a great time. We had a good time, but not a great time. The captain I paid a lot of money to took me out to a place, dropped anchor, and we just dropped me 12 croakers. In Southern California, they're called Tommy croakers. They're a white fish, crappy. You can catch a million of them. I hate them. I asked her 4 different fish. He just dropped anchor. We were seasick. We were sick from food.
That sucks.
So I'm taking my son back to South Jersey
to fix that.
You're goddamn right. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to go crabbing and fishing, and I want my son to have a picture where he has a crab this big and go, I caught it, because I grew up catching meals. We caught crabs and brought them home.
That's
we
so
cook
cool.
them. Oh, and crabs are delicious.
Yeah.
Anyway.
One day
That's that.
we'll go do that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That sounds awesome.
Crab is good, man.
Now you're making me think about food and everything.
Well, sorry. Are we done? Next episode, we'll talk about
Yeah. Have you, as a kid, ever went up north or to that area of New York City to go eat or just hang out?
I have been. I dated a girl. I had one date. Went to Canarsie, Brooklyn. Very Hasidic Jewish and African American.
Yeah.
Broken up, and I think I told this story already. But I went there to Peter Luger's Steakhouse. I've been to Coney Island.
Ever been to Katz Deli? Katz with a K?
Are you
Sounds
talking
familiar.
About you talking about the one that's in the movie?
Is it in the movie? I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's in Katz Deli. Yeah, we went there. Sure.
Yeah.
It's in Jesus Christmas. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm losing my.
I can't help you. I don't remember either.
We went to Katz. I've got pictures on my phone now, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's so crazy.
So the sandwich is this big. Yeah.
Yeah, and they slice whatever you're wanting right in front of
Yes.
you. Hey, help some. Taste it.
The famous line in the movie. Oh God,
It's so
Billy
good.
Crystal is. She fakes like she's having an orgasm.
Yeah.
She says, "I can fake it," and she does it in front of me. And then Rob Reiner, who's the director, he has his mom play a character who's waiting to order, and she looks over and she goes, "I'll have what she's having."
That sounds
When
familiar.
Harry Met Sally.
Oh,
Katz's
that's
Deli.
Katz?
That's Katz's Deli. We went there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We had a great time in New York. Absolutely fantastic time. Drank so much.
Yeah, Katz is pretty good.
Good
Katz's
place.
Deli. Yeah.
We were at Smith and Walensky Steakhouse. I had a $68 Pittsburgh rare cooked steak.
Oh, wow.
You know, I don't exaggerate when it comes to food. That was easily the top 3 steak of my life.
Wow.
Because it came out perfect. The side dishes were wonderful. It was expensive, which I like to spend a lot of money, get a great steak. And then when you cut it and you taste it, you just go, you're like, what'd you put on it? They put salt and pepper on it.
Yeah.
They salt and pepper it, and then they cook it.
to perfection.
It's salt and pepper. It's ungodly.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I've never had a steak that I thought this is the best one that I've ever had.
ooh, I've done that.
Yeah.
And it's not Lone
I mean, if
Star
I had-
Texas Roadhouse.
It was probably mine.
Yeah. Fire up the grill, baby. Ito's cooking. Fire
I'm
up
a
that grill.
horrible cook, man. Don't get it wrong. This could be interpreted so backwards. I'm a horrible cook, but yeah, I'll put some stuff on a steak that I'm proud of.
By the way, I'd let people know that I did do the George Clooney tequila, which was Casamigos, but
That's it?
I got my guy in the car said they're putting additives and flavors in it. So I'm back to my Exotico. My Exotico is what I like to drink. This is just a nice tequila.
Yeah.
Real good tequila.
No, tequila is trouble for me.
What do you have?
Whiskey.
Yeah, but what kind? Tell them.
Oh, slow and low.
Slow,
Wait, slow and low. Yeah.
slow and low, yeah.
Rock and roll.
Now, do you know, I think I told you when we were in Santa Fe last time, we went to Slow and Go, which is a pizza shop. And
Slow and Go.
In Santa Fe, all the buildings have like a place downstairs and a place in the middle and a place upstairs. So Slow and Go was the pizza place downstairs. You don't see anybody cooking pizza because they go all the way around the back and they take your order and they bring it all. There's your pizza because all the kitchen stuff's in the back. So here we are sitting on the front porch and we're at Slow and Go. The owner comes out and he's got one of those like 58 Chryslers. Dude, it goes slow. It's a Slow and Go car. It's that turquoise you talked about with all the chrome. And he like just gets in and it's the big V8.
How old?
Who? The guy?
No, the car.
Oh, it's like a 58. It's one of those big long
like those.
stretches.
Yeah.
And in his logos is his car.
That's so
It's
cool.
fascinating, and we're like sitting there going, "Oh, it's the slow." And his bumper stickers, his license plate, Slow and Go, and
That's
it's kitschy and fun, and
Yeah, I like that lifestyle. Just
like to have it.
take a shift down, relax, put it in second, cruise out.
Is this Main Street? The whole town is Main Street. Just
I
keep
know,
going.
exactly. It's totally opposite from my current lifestyle. But I'll show you later this rally simulator I'm playing over there. That thing will knock your socks off.
So that's great, Ito. But I just want to let you know, I quit at Tomb Raider 2.
Really?
So that would take.
I haven't
beat
played-
1999.
Yeah.
I quit. I beat it. I don't.
I remember
know.
that
Seriously,
game.
I cheated. I found the cheats on the internet, and I
I
stopped
remember that game.
because she was in Italy and she was bouncing up and down and killing.
Yeah.
And hit me. I
And
stopped.
she was hot, so clearly it was a good reason to play.
I stopped in 1999. I told my kids I beat Tomb Raider 2, and I'm not playing anymore.
That's
I'm
so
just
funny.
done, man.
And then Angelina Jolie played her in the movie. Remember
The
that?
first movie was fun. The second movie was a little bit too much for me, but I liked the first movie for her.
I don't remember. I was so young. I was just seeing hot body and boobs.
Yeah, my guy doesn't like that.
Yeah, I was at that age where I'm like,
My guy
Angelina.
doesn't
Who?
like that. Angelina Jolie.
I was a kid, but Sim I like to play. Not really like games, you know. But simulator is fun because I like driving. I like dirt biking, so
Sure. Okay.
gives me a kick.
Evidenced by the hats you like to wear.
Yeah, fox racing.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, now that the hands are working, because I think right before did I have a cast when we met? No.
No, you did not.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah.
Did we break something?
Oh yeah, a lot of times over the years, but
What is your problem, dude?
I know. Yeah, I see the snowboards on the wall, the dirt bikes in the garage. It's like
So what's your favorite? If you had a choice between one or the other, what's the thing you want to do?
dirt bike.
Dirt bike, really? Yeah. And where's your place?
Um,
You go up on I-25 on the left
I
side,
mean,
all the way up there.
this is heaven for dirt bikes. Colorado.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
what's your spot? Where would you like to go?
I mean, Rampart's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's pretty kind of vanilla. Like it's just dirt bike paths. So if you want to just go spend a good time, it's good. But if you go in the mountains, there's a lot of hardcore.
Don't we live in a beautiful state, dude?
It's amazing.
Seriously.
All I'm doing is just working my way to convincing Rachel to stay here forever. Because she's a Floridian girl. She wants to go home.
You think where in Florida would she want to go? Where? East, West,
I don't
Central?
think she really wants to go back to Florida, but she needs to be closer to the ocean.
Right.
So
Dude,
I don't care if I need to buy.
go to Arizona. You're 5.5 hours from San Diego.
Yeah.
Just go there. Of course, it already
Is
has
it 5
water.
hours from San Diego?
from where we were going to build our house, which
Yeah.
is Casa Grande, which is between Phoenix and Tucson on the 8 freeway. We were 5-hour drive from a 3-day San Diego weekend. We
That's
had it all
gorgeous.
planned out, man. Dude,
Perfect location.
listen, I put $500 down on a place to rent for 2 months, and this freaky weirdo landlord lady,
Yeah.
after the fact of signing, was telling us we couldn't use a second bedroom in the place. I can't even make this story up. She got weird on the day we gave deposit to physically get ourselves ready to get up and get the F out of Colorado. This lady gets weird. I sit down with Linda and I'm like,
Is this
I
happening?
can't take this bullshit anymore. It's been this, and this. All we're doing is going for 2 months to rent with her to be I give her all my references. Everything's cool, and she gets weird. I said, the universe is talking. And Linda's like, yeah. We got our $500 back. She Venmos it right back. And it just, it just keeps falling in place that we're not going to Arizona. The universe has stopped us from going to Arizona for 3-4 strikes hit us. So, but where were we going? Get on the 8, travel 5 hours. You hit Yuma, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
You're halfway to a 3-day weekend on a freaking beach, my wife's dream. Or Puerto Penasco, under you, top of the Sierra Cortez.
Yeah.
I did not have a good experience the first time there with my son. I was not looking forward to going back. And I love Mexico. I just love Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, Mexico is fantastic for me.
Yeah, where we were just in Cozumel. That was nice.
Cozumel's cool. Nice island, you know.
Yeah.
We were there off this cruise ship, and it was raining, and they still set everything up because they don't care. They're trying to make money.
Yeah.
So we get off the ship. We're like, won't last that long. It rained all freaking day. Linda and I
that sucked.
laid on the beach. We had the thing covering us. We went out in the water in the rain. We went to the buffet, and we tipped people. That's the thing. I'm dead serious, man. When you go to do a gig, you go have a good time. Those folks are setting up. They're making money off of you. Take care of them,
That's right.
Take care of them. Tip. Let me see that.
What is this thing? It's pretty good. So, all right, Rock and Rye. Union made with straight rye whiskey, raw honey, of course, this is what's getting me. Navel orange, rock candy, and bitters.
Rock candy.
I can't even make this shit
And
up.
where is it made? I can't see. Oh, geez, Chuck, you bought your glasses. Sorry.
Whoever bought this to the party, thank you.
Union made.
I don't know who brought this, but this is
Doesn't say
good.
where it's made, bro. I didn't just say like Tennessee or. Get the fuck out of here! It's made in Philadelphia. Are you kidding me? Of
course
What
it
the
is.
hell are you drinking? That is Schuylkill River water.
yeah,
my
yeah.
God! I gotta
Talking
pour.
to this Jersey boy
I gotta
here.
pull another tequila. This is Mexican water.
Go Philly.
Holy shit!
That was hilarious. No, but seriously, somebody brought this to this barbecue that I had with our guys and gals, and thank you. This is pretty good.
Nice,
You
very
left
nice.
it here, closed,
Sorry about that.
brand new.
Or thank you. You said thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna start promoting this.
Very
Slow
good.
and real.
Why not? Cheers,
So-
my friend.
Cheers, man. To seconds.
Round 2.
Yeah. So, book numero tres.
Nice. Trois, as they say in France.
Trois.
Un, deux, trois.
Not
Yeah.
not what.
No, we don't say that. We don't curse. I'm not much of a cursor.
No.
Oh, by the way, just a little tangent.
Twat is like it's a UK cuss word, right?
Yeah, 'cause
Nobody says it here.
The C word.
Oh, it's like the
is-
C word?
Well, the C word is very much used in Australia, so in Britain. But twat is UK. But
Yeah, it's kind of
down-
like saying
down under is
the C.
word.
Yeah.
But
No, it's not nice. Don't say those
un, deux,
things.
trois. That's all I learned from French class. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, dix, onze, douze, treize, quatorze, quinze.
I don't know what you said.
And I
and
said-
hopefully it's not bad.
I said onze, douze, treize. I said I counted 15.
Oh, that's what it is,
That's all I
huh?
remember. And Lisa Dumont. I'm so sorry. I mentioned Lisa Dumont. No disrespect, but I was in class with her and John Brenner, and John Brenner and her used to go back and forth and say some.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
High school. Lisa was built. So, anyway,
Built? Like, built?
no.
Oh, not like that?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Moving on. Okay, so book 3.
Oh, you mentioned book 3.
This is how we get to...
You want to go? You want to transition into it?
Sure.
Okay. So what I wanted to do was show you the metamorphosis. Mm-hmm. Big word. Use big words when you have a second drink.
Yeah, exactly.
So we talked.
I need you to use big words from the very beginning. To
I
the very
didn't.
end.
I kept it simple, like and
Explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Like Michael Scott on the Office. I love that. It's one of my favorite all time. Anyway, a couple of years ago, I decided, I'll write this series in South Jersey Casino Boy, and I started developing the covers because I see the movie and I want to work toward the movie, so I started doing stuff. So I thought, I got a sexy cover when I get to book 3. So book 3's cover was called Dice and Death. Yeah, I'll show everybody. Dice and Death.
That looks pretty cool.
So Dice and Death was the concept of, the idea behind it was my character was just basically following Chuck Turner's life.
Yeah.
That's where I was at because I hadn't written before.
Right.
Not an author. I'm just some guy plugging away and writing. And that's what I had. I had Dice and Death. And, it's going to be Dice and
Death.
Just going to be death. Well, I wrote book 1. And it took a particular direction and turn. And I started to follow that. And then I sat down and metaphorically speaking, I sat down and I wrote book 2. Fully Connection, and it began to take a certain
Metaphorically
direction.
speaking.
Yeah, well, I
You
sat
wrote it
down.
standing down?
I stand a lot. I actually do. I stand because I do audio stuff and record it, and then
No, I
write
like
notes.
it.
Yeah.
You see, I stand at my desk. It's pretty
Look,
nice.
You got to stand. It's good as opposed to sitting on your back end
Yeah.
all the time. So I got through these 2, and it started taking a different direction. And this was not really in the cards. No pun intended, casino stuff
Right.
for this one. So then I went to, I talked to a guy I went to high school with, and I came up with someone's point royalty. It was a play on the guy I went to high school with, whose name is Royal. And he and I talked about it. I was going to play off of it. I'm going to play off of that.
What's it doing on a bunch of Colombian coffee bags?
Exactly. Why is it there? Well, the idea was that this particular gentleman was a spoiled brat. In essence, he was a prince of an ex-mayor character, and he had all the kind of things going on. And if you can see the Colombian coffee bags like you have, you realize, you say Colombia, and things are connected. So I had that. I already had 55,000 words written, and that's where I went.
Excuse my reach here. There we go.
So that's where I went. I went to Summers Point Royalty. Well, then I started writing some more. And as my friend and I, Kirk Johnson, who got me really started in this whole thing years ago, got me pushed. Kirk and I talked about today, you let the story go where it goes. You let the writing go where it goes. And I kept writing and writing. And I finally had that semi-epiphany, the epiphany of a writer, which is the story just goes where it goes. I can make an outline, but that's not really who I am, So the outline was, I've got Roy and Royal and all that. It's going to go here, and I couldn't get there. I really couldn't get there. I tried, and I couldn't. So where I came out with was less royal type stuff, although I have plenty of references in the book, and more of a attack type of mobster type of taking over the area thing, which is in essence more closer to what really took place in my world at that time. It is an amalgamation. I use that word too much, I know. Amalgamation of what's going on, but really did take me there. I just kept writing, and I kept talking to my wife, I'm going here. And she's like, well, just go with it. I'm like, okay. And so that's what I did. I got to there, and I got to 90-something thousand words. I looked at it, I went, it's not royalty. I had plenty of references, princess, prince, Dairy Queen, Queen's View, King of, realm, but I couldn't get it to royalty, so I left it alone and let it be what it is, which is really this. So we came out with this. This is the book cover. It's Summers Point Assault. Now I have to turn on my camera and act like this is a whole new thing. Why didn't I do that before?
No, you do that while I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at here.
Okay, so book 3 is called Summers Point Assault. Summers Point Assault. We were going to call it a few different things, but it's Summers Point Assault. So what we're looking at is, and I can describe it, is that's South Jersey. That's my home state.
Yeah.
The north part be up here, but that don't count in my books because all I talk about is South Jersey. So here's the outline of South Jersey. There's Atlantic City, the city, and it's indicated by the dice. 3 is the book. The dice have 3. There's Summers Point where all the bad stuff happens. Millville's in the book, so I got it there. And Cape Mesa's southern tip, I threw it in there. But you've got the title, the bullet hole shooting through it, and the blood splattering all over it.
That's pretty cool.
The title of book 3 is Summers Point Assault.
Why is Summers Point is where all the fun stuff happens?
Summers Point is a wonderful town. It's a place where you can go to plenty of bars, plenty of great restaurants. It's just a great place, and it's a launching pad. Summers Point is a place where it's on the main land, and you go off over bridges from Summers Point over to the beaches.
You can hit Atlantic City easily.
From Summers Point, you go over to Longport. So you're going over the marshes, the back bays where people fish. The back bays are the places where all the baby fish are born. That's a stupid way to say it, but that's where the marshes are where everything happens. You go crabbing back there and fishing. You go over, then you go to the islands, the Barrier Islands, Longport. You go over this way, you go to Ocean City, and you can get there from going to Longport and cutting over, or go all the way across on the far southern part of Summers Point. In between that is a very famous bar, a nightclub bar called the Dunes. Since closed, but it was called the Dunes Till Dawn. And on the radio, when I was growing up as a kid, the advertisement was lust oozes out of the dunes. My brother got thrown out of there plenty of times, as well as many other Summers Point bars. But Summers Point itself is a very magical place for me. Girlfriends, baseball games, relatives, friends, the list goes on. There's so many magical things that take place. So I just pulled that into the story and made Summers Point really the focus. I love Summers Point. I just do. If we wanted to get ice cream, we went down to Summers Point Dairy Queen. My mom worked in Summers Point at Chi-Chi's restaurant.
Dairy Queen near me and Rachel.
Is there a Dairy Queen?
Out here?
Where's the closest Dairy Queen here?
It's 5 minutes.
Where is it though, dude?
It should be further out because it's too close to us.
Oh yeah. What's your thing? Are you a Blizzard guy?
Easy. I don't need to think about it. It's
Peanut butter parfait?
Small vanilla cone dipped in butterscotch.
Holy crap! You are the most simplistic guy I've ever met when it comes to a Dairy Queen order.
Oh yeah.
You didn't get any Jimmy's, or you didn't get any no peanuts,
vanilla, butterscotch,
and that's it.
Let it dry a little bit so it's crisp.
And that's it.
That's it.
And what's Rachel? What is she?
She likes that order too, but sometimes she'll go overboard, go crazy.
And get a peanut butter parfait.
She knows on my birthday I get a Dairy Queen ice cake, so ice cream cake.
And what are the flavors?
You're past me there.
You like the little crunchy things that are inside the middle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, that's the top right there.
Yeah.
If
For
it
me,
crunches a bit,
I pick it based on how it looks. I have no idea what's in it.
what does that mean?
But yeah,
The striping. It looks.
Yeah.
Striping isn't flavoring. Remember something, my friend. Don't forget who told you this.
Yeah.
M&Ms are just freaking chocolate with different colors.
That's true.
The fact that people make a big deal out of the colors, it blows me away. Dude, it is just stupid chocolate.
It's genius.
Oh, what's so genius about it? These idiots are trying to fight over purple versus green. It's all
genius
the same
marketing,
color.
baby.
Ugh, I hate that shit. I want the peanuts.
Listen, not everybody's gonna fall for it, but it's genius marketing.
I guess it is.
Yeah, it's just like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Although
Can I show the back?
Yeah.
So the back is yellow. The back is yellow. I tried to mix up get a color differential between the other two books. The first book is light blue, and this is more red and black. And
Yeah.
And the reason I did this
Pull it up in front of this camera. This is gonna see it better.
like this, do that. That's the back of it.
This one right
Oh,
there.
this one right here. Sorry. So
Yeah.
there's the back of
There
it.
you go. Yeah,
Okay, so you got
that's good.
that. Then we'll do the front again. There's the front of it.
What's that QR code for?
When you look that up, it goes right to my Facebook page.
So it
South
gets some
Jersey Casino
context.
Boy. Yeah, South Jersey Casino Boy.
You know what Linktree is?
Can I say yes and lie?
You could. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
know
not
what
very
Linktree is.
productive.
Another drink?
Yeah, have another drink. Linktree is a really nice way to consolidate all your social media contact points all in one landing page. So when somebody scans a QR code or goes to your bio in Instagram or whatever, and there's a link for your Linktree, Linktree, a tree of links.
Sure.
It will just have all your links in one place. So your Facebook, your Instagram, your Amazon referral codes, blah, blah, blah. Everything just in one place. It's really nice.
I'm sorry, but I got to remind folks. Here's the new cover of South Jersey Casino Boy 3, Summers Point Assault. Notice it's South Jersey. There's blood splattered everywhere, blood. And you got a bullet hole right there. And look at the dice. It's a one of the two. It's the ace deuce.
Lots of blood.
For 3. So that's the new cover, South Jersey Casino Boy 3. It's going to be on Amazon in about 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, the back cover. It's pretty. It's cute. But it's a little bit different than books 1 and 2. So look for that on Amazon. South Jersey Casino Boy 3, Summers Point Assault. It gets more assaulting as you get closer and far away. So
Yeah.
I did that.
We can leave some links to Amazon for your book here.
I want to say something.
Yeah, go for it.
I saw an interview from years ago from one of the original VJs from MTV. Martha Quinn is her name. Anybody who knows MTV knows who Martha Quinn is, you know. And she talked about interviewing David Lee Roth. And I really like David Lee Roth for so many reasons, because I think I understand the David Lee Roth animal. David Lee Roth, and she explained this. She'd ask him a question. David Lee Roth invariably would never give a direct answer. He didn't have to. David Lee Roth was the ultimate frontman for a rock band. Good looking, athletic, and I mean like martial arts athletic, witty, fun, funny, and a genius marketer. David Lee Roth is self-promotion beyond and everything else. Guy couldn't sing worth shit. Seriously. Listen, and he'll admit it. He says in his own lyrics, I shouted out loud or sang, but the man was the ultimate front man. And
Sometimes you only need one part of the equation, buddy.
he had 5 parts and he couldn't sing worth shit. Okay, so she interviews him and asks him a question, and he didn't give a straight answer. He gave the answer that he wanted to give because he was always thinking. You know, this is what happens on WWE. Well, you know, Mean Gene, and they start doing that wrestling. It's all bullshit. David Lee Roth figured it out. He figured out that if you're going to be a front man or an entertainer, you've got to give more and go above what's right there, what is. And I've been saying this.
I like it.
About throwing a punch about things. And I'm trying to connect because I really admire what he's done with his life and his career. I've been saying this to people about throwing a punch. And I mean it. And I've had someone say, why don't you start doing speeches and talks and all that and about your experiences? Because I've told you this much, but I've done this much.
Right.
And I don't think you know it, but I was an executive director at Senior Living Care for a while, and I had to fight to get that. I had to throw some punches to get that dirt. And then when I went into the place, they had me try to clean the place up because there was drug diversions going everywhere. They needed me to go in. My bosses figured out they weren't going to put me in the soft place down in Greenwood Village. They stuck me up in North Glen Heights Assisted Living and Memory Care, where it was a fucking absolute horrific drug diversion paradise. They stuck me in and said,
fix it.
yes, that's exactly what my boss said, fix it. Ito, my first day, I'm licensed now by the state. I'm responsible for everything I touch. I open my drawer, I can't even make it up. There's opioids everywhere, everywhere. And I look at my boss, I won't mention her name. I look at my boss and go, what do I do with this? She goes, deal with it.
Figure that out.
That's why you're here, Chucky. You know what? Okay, can I flush it? No, you can't flush it. What's the disposal method? They bring out this binder. It's this thick. The procedures for disposing of it. It's ridiculous. it's like doing it. It's a toxic cleanup site.
Welcome to the military.
So I threw a punch, man.
Bureaucracy will
I
kill you.
figured it out. I bought in the contractor that was doing the work in the place. I said, I need a big screen TV. He's like, you need what? I go, I want a fucking big screen TV. I want these residents to be comfortable. He goes, you think that's going to do it? I go, I don't give a shit. Can you get it? He goes, I can fudge some things. I said, what do you need? He goes, I need 100. I go, you got it. I got him 100. He went and got me a big screen TV. He figured he moved things around, stuck up this frickin'. At the time, that was 42 inch. Holy shit. Big screen TV.
Can't even find one of those back then, huh?
He found me a big screen TV, and I had the leader of the residents come in and say, what's with the TV? You're not doing this. I said, whatever her name is. I'm doing this, this, and this. I need you to trust me. Just give me a week. And then the idea in the kitchen was breakfast for dinner. You ever hear that before? People that make pancakes for dinner.
Yeah.
Well, it's a novelty if you do it once a month. It's bullshit if you do it 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And they were doing it 3 times a week, this residence.
Yeah, just to get an easy task.
So I took the guy outside because I knew he had habits and issues. And I said, look, what is it going to take for you to start giving me what I need? He goes, what do you want? I go, liver and onions. He goes, I hate cooking that. I know that. They like eating it. He goes, well, that's going to add to my budget. I go, just give me the bill. Cook them liver and onions, please. Cook liver and onions, cook chicken breast, cook mashed potatoes, cook rice, cook meatloaf, cook ravioli with pasta. Please, give me red sauce. Just get rid of the goddamn fucking breakfast for dinner because it angers me. And he goes, that's going to take a lot.
You probably can't have it anymore.
I can't. I said, you got to do it. He goes, well, it's going to take a lot. I go, what? He goes, well, I mean, it's going to take something. I go, just tell me what you need. So now I had to shovel some money his way to get him to take care of this, that, and the other. Before you know it, no more breakfast for dinner. Pissed off people. You know what pissed off? It pissed off the goddamn nurses who were helping divert the drugs because they saw that the residents were starting to gain some traction and power, and they were like not liking it. They weren't on board with it. I had a lot of problems there, but we had a major bust there before you know it, cleaned out some people, and they quickly moved me. Yeah, so that was an interesting situation.
You think you started scratching into someone's pocket?
I can tell you who I scratched into because they were showing up in my parking lot on their motorcycles and getting their girlfriends off on the back.
Nice.
And then on the weekends, their sons were taking their girlfriends over to memory care and partying in the empty rooms.
Wow.
Yeah, they were using it as their little date place.
Wow.
So we set it up so we knocked them out. We knocked most of them out with one punch. Yeah, we set it up, but they had to move me after that.
That's crazy.
You abuse seniors, and you're in my wheelhouse, baby.
Yeah.
You abuse little kids and seniors, you're in my wheelhouse, man. I ain't got no recourse but to take you down.
Yeah, it's with the whole the war on drugs and all that. There's a lot of people that don't care who gets affected by that.
Sure.
In that realm, so
Sure.
it's beyond me. It's larger than I can even imagine. And some of it is also whatever, recreational. But some of it is, like you said, people don't give a shit.
Do you know that before cocaine really hit the East Coast in the mid to late 70s, Miami was a sandy beach town. It had a few high rises, it had plenty, enough. But it was nothing like it is now. As soon as cocaine hit, that was the new economy. And I mean, it's a product. It's a product that's easily tradable, so to speak. And as long as you move the money to the right places, everybody's in, dude. And if you're not in, you're dead.
Right. That's exactly right. Yeah, there's this one podcast I like to watch by Lex Friedman, and he just had one of Escobar's closest people. Yeah, it's interesting. I need to listen to that. But essentially, like you said, it's ride or die. There's no...
It's a commodity.
Yeah.
It makes money for everybody. Don't go against it.
Yeah, well, you can if you want. It's just not going to pan out very well.
No.
So might
and
as well.
And if you do, it could pan out poorly.
Right. Yeah, it seems like anybody that got drawn into that gravitational force ended up deep in it.
Sure.
Like if you even are in the region, it sucks you in and there's no way out.
And here's what
You better just start playing your part.
My own research tells me this. The biggest issue with cocaine is the people that deal in it oftentimes use it in some form or fashion. If you stay away from it and you're a commodity trader, it's going to go well. And there's plenty that do it. But the ones that are getting their fingers dirty are typically also users in some way, and they like the good stuff. And the good stuff fucks your mind up. Weed is a different game. Dude, I was in the weed game. I had trash bags in my trunk. No big deal. The guy who was giving me my supply was well known. And anybody who knows me or knows my friends knows who the guy was. He was untouchable. Why? Because people had figured out on the scale of things, weed was non-emotional. It was naturally grown. They could figure out how to. We were living in the Bible Belt, by the way, either, so it was no big deal. But weed was an easy commodity to move, and it was big money. Cocaine was up here. Cocaine was where a lot of the killing took place and the emotions. Weed was weed, so I could drive around with.
That could be one of the reasons why one of my best friends is out of prison, because he drove a couple bags, lots of bags, a car full of bags of weed from Cali to Florida, got rat on, and they had him tracked down all the way back, but as he was entering Florida, it was sirens and took him in, and I don't know how. I mean, he did a little bit of time, but the they could have really, really screwed them if they wanted to. And I think maybe what you just said, that it's low commotion.
Sure.
Maybe that's why they were able to kind of give him a little bit of mercy, because he's an amazing person, extremely talented and self-made to this day. But yeah, can you imagine your life just ending like that? You go from, kid to, okay, see you in 20 years. I'll look at the world from like maybe a window, but if it is a window, it's going to be one of those slits.
Are you watching, I don't know if you watch programs on, are you watching Yellowstone by any chance?
No, is that serious?
Kevin Costner, he's a cowboy in Montana, big name, and he's up against everything there is, developers, Native Americans.
Is that a movie?
It's actually a series. It's going.
Kevin Costner nowadays.
Yeah, it's a very good series. It's what Game of Thrones is to that fantasy castle world, and this is to cowboys in modern day cowboys and Indians developers.
I like that
in Montana. Very very good show.
I didn't know anybody could still bring Costner to act.
No,
especially on the series.
He does very good. But in the series, there's a scene, and I don't know if anybody hasn't seen it, I won't give too much away, but there's a guy that is Native American, and Costner sets it up so he's in prison, and they do the meet. He's like, you're going to be staying here until you do this, and the other thing. And the guy talks tough, and Costner tells him, that's not going to happen, goes away. Well, sure enough, the guy folds. Because they set him up, they don't say exactly, but they do say, he's from Denver, that Native American guy, and he went to a fancy school. In other words, he assimilated into the lifestyle outside of his Native American roots, and now he's coming back and doing it for political reasons, and he's using his heritage. Well, guess what? You don't lose that.
Oh, so this is current time, supposedly?
This is like current time, and they're actually playing off the fact that the Californians are moving in, and prices are up, and yada.
I need to watch that.
Oh, it's done well. It's a good series.
Is it on Netflix or?
That is Amazon Prime. I had to pay $14.99 for that.
Well, I get an Amazon package every day, so we got Prime, my friend.
I didn't like it. Well, that's you have to pay extra for that though.
You pay extra once and you never go back.
Oh god.
Never.
Yeah.
I mean, Bezos got us good.
We're in a new world, man.
Yeah,
it's a whole new world, dude.
Hooked us like that. It was easy. You seem like, I would never spend this on getting a package faster.
Sure.
And then you do.
And now, right now, we have what's called Starry Internet that's coming around Heather Gardens, and installing it. It's $30 a month. And my son's like, when are we getting it? And I'm like, dude, let's go back and do this wedding. Let's finish the wedding. And then Linda and I are going to go, finish our project, take care of this, take care of that, and then we'll get Starry Internet, because I don't want to screw with it. I didn't want to screw with our internet. No, I didn't screw with it.
What is that?
What's that?
Starry Internet?
Starry is it is a dish, in essence, dish-based service, but they'll pipe everything into the entire building, and it's of course it's faster and better.
Interesting.
$30 a month, but it ain't gonna be 30. After this, that, and the other is gonna be like 62 or whatever the hell it is.
30 is great. I pay over 100 for my internet.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, what you got down here?
Yeah, but you see, this
like the Pentagon. Jesus, my God.
Hey, we don't have cameras going that back way, but
oh God.
Yeah, to power that, you need a lot of juice. So yeah, it's a gigabyte, going download in, and some good amount upload. So I need all that power.
Okay, well you got it, man.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, no, I pay for it happily. There's some things, take my money, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other things, that people think are, just the normal thing to expect to have. I care less to give up. But internet is one of the things that I want.
Well, we have to have it. What do we do without it? We're Tom Hanks on an island.
Exactly. Like
we're castaway.
Exactly. I don't have a Wilson. I
okay. So let's you're on an island. You don't have toilet paper, so you got to do that thing. Well, don't you just go to the ocean every day in the morning? That's not the thing. Or are you afraid of a shark biting you in the ass? What's the problem? What's going on? Go far down where the tide's going that way, don't you?
Well, if you go in the water, I think you're going to get some salt water in your butt. That could sting.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I don't want that at all.
No.
Yeah, I get a good tan, but that's not really a tan. It's a burn.
Yeah.
A fascinating movie, though.
Saltwater pucker.
When I saw that movie for the first time, we were in Western Maryland for my dad. We were doing a family reunion, and my dad was fighting through cancer. It was his last months. We went out there for a reunion, and I had to get up early in the morning, go to the airport, and fly back to Colorado. And they're all watching the scene where the plane's crashing. I'm standing up there with my sister, and everybody else sitting down, 15, 16 of them. And I go, thanks a lot, guys. And everybody turns, looks, goes, oh, sorry, Chucky.
That's
And
great.
it's so intense and how it breaks apart and how he gets out of it. Jesus Christmas, dude. Thanks, you guys.
It's an intense movie.
Luckily, I wasn't flying over water.
Yeah.
Flying out of Baltimore to go to freaking Colorado.
Yeah. Good movie. But, yeah, I mean, this is why I have this guy out here. See, Anubis.
Now, you talked about him a little bit, I think, last time, didn't you? So
This is a new piece.
okay.
We were talking about that guy over there.
Okay, the snake.
Yeah, that's
All right.
Glycon.
All right.
But this is Anubis. He's a Egyptian god. And I'm not a big. I like history, not
Sure.
really my faith or anything. But anyway, he used to be the guardian of the tombs, and also seen to be or thought of as the guardian of your soul. So after death, he would help assess where you're going. And I'm butchering this completely, but
What is he, though? Because I don't recognize the animal. What's the animal?
he's a man with a head of a jackal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the multiple mythologies actually have almost him exactly, even almost with the same name. For me, it's just a reminder that based on your reference to the movie and flying and fear of death and all that, is that, this could happen
Sure.
any day. So
Sure.
I don't see it in a gothic way. I see it more in a encouragement to live.
Exactly.
So
Can I share something with you?
sure.
So
Please.
yesterday, I took a gentleman, 80 years old. He is he's Jewish Latino, Jewish Mexican from Pueblo. He's one of our residents. He came down and gave us some watermelon. He said, "Hey, I got some extra stuff," and it's just him and his wife are sweet. And I don't want to give out too many private things about him, but I said, let's go to breakfast, and I took him to breakfast. Went to Pete's Kitchen. For people who live in the Colorado or Denver area, Pete's Kitchen is a very iconic breakfast place on Colfax Avenue. And I had 3 places in mind. He said Pete's, I took him to Pete's. We talked about so many things and his experiences in life. The guy, come on, man. The guy's just so fascinating. I eat this up, man. Come on.
I love
Growing up, figuring it out. A Jewish Latino Mexican family in Pueblo, Colorado. Jesus.
That's
Tells his
interesting.
mom, I'm going to pay for college by going to the military. Yeah, okay. He goes to the military. He pays for college. He goes out. He wants to get his graduate degree. Years later, they tell him, 6 years later, they tell him, we need you to come back in. He goes back in, goes to the Air Force. He gets everything plus, pays for his graduate degree. He's
Wow.
a gabbai? Not rabbi, but gabbai. So he's the teacher, not the rabbi is the head.
Oh.
And he's one of the guys that can teach
Interesting.
within
I don't
the
think
synagogue.
I actually know the term, but okay, interesting.
He says the term they use in the synagogue is gabbai. So
That could totally be, and it's a very, very common Israeli last name.
Yeah, so there's the Sunday teaching can be done by a gabbai, but a rabbi obviously is the ultimate.
Overseas,
Here
though.
I am telling you again. Sorry,
You probably know better than me.
German, English, Irish, and French. So anyway, so he's talking about it in detail and telling about his family experiences and what's happening.
You're an amateur Jew. You know what I mean?
Oh God, here we go.
Recreational
There we
Jew.
go. Can I get light cream cheese in my bagel?
Yeah. What did your friend say, that you were kind of like grandfathered in or something?
I'm a 14% Jew.
Exactly.
I said, what about the other 86%? Get in line. He tells me that. Like, he just busts my balls.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No.
Go ahead.
It's funny because I just told the story the other day. But anyway, so we're talking about the different aspects of his beliefs and his religion and somebody said something about a particular Jew and his family, and he said, you don't stop being a Jew. It doesn't work that way. You don't, because I think his cousin converted to Catholicism. He's like, you can do that. You can get any name you want, but you're always going to be a Jew. To which his brother said, that's not true. I've changed. He's like, doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And we had this discussion about it, and I really enjoyed it because I love to hear about the historical background of the what's and the hows and where it all comes from. And we get into some of the, and I don't want to name names or particular groups, but in that region of the world where it evolved, and he spoke about the history of that, Judaism and then the others in there and where it comes from. And he has a friend that's Muslim and speaks about his experiences, and he has no connection to anything that's beyond anything that starts in the beginning over here with Islam. He doesn't connect to any stuff over here. I'm being very general. But he says, we're different, but yet we have the same philosophies and ideas.
Right.
Then you start reading about religion itself, generally speaking again, and how there seems to always be a miraculous birth. And there always seems to be a miraculous death and a rising again. And it's in different aspects. And I started reading about this, and I was like, wow, why is this so common? Well, because we share the same freaking world. We all, the stories.
We also share being a human.
Yeah.
We come up with the same shit.
Yeah. But is it stealing?
Well, first of all, Abrahamic religions, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, they're all from the same root. So just to start with that, if it's not, just enough by itself. But I feel, like the human experience, like you said, it's how we perceive the world. So that's how we make up our stories. And that doesn't mean that there's no God, by the way. There could be a God. I'm not one to say. Totally unrelated. But I feel like religions, as they are, to me, seem very human. The way we describe them, the way we talk about them, the way we wrote them, the way...
Nothing's galactic to you?
No.
It's all pretty much...
It seems so human.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It seems so like if I had to come up with a story limited by my own imagination, that's how it would look.
Probably,
it doesn't
right?
seem divine to me.
Oh.
Although I sense that maybe there is divine. I just don't know how to describe it. And if I had to write a book about it, it would probably be just as human as any other book.
The idea behind that we're so different in many ways, I actually watched something on YouTube the other day. Bill Maher was speaking about the appropriation issue and the Olympics and the whole movement of Olympics bring us together and the different sports in the different countries. There was a headline about somebody, and it could, God knows who it is, complaining about surfing in the Olympics being appropriated from Hawaiians. Let's just get right to it. There's 25,000 islands in the Pacific. Chances are surfing didn't really start in Hawaii. It could have, but maybe not.
Even if it did.
If it did. A bunch of white guy dudes decided to get on the board, have fun in the ocean. That's what Bill Maher is saying. And then he starts talking about Aikido and this and all these sports and where they started. Badminton started in India. Tennis started in France. It pops all over.
I don't understand why is it a problem?
Where does it stop? Where is this?
So this is...
the comedian Aquafina is now being blasted because she said she wouldn't appropriate particular other Asian voices to do characters, but yet they're saying she's a Blasian. She's doing black Asian affect in her speech. I don't give two shits what she's doing. I don't care if she's doing. I've seen her do Jewish, like New York Jewish ladies on commercials on TV, and I laugh my ass off.
Right.
Because there's this Asian girl just doing this. She's sitting in a chair reading a magazine, doing this what sounds like a Jewish old lady effect from New York. It's funny, but why do I care if she's appropriating? Who the fuck? The Wayans do it. They did a white chick.
I think it's. I'm still trying to figure this out and navigate around this, whole thing subject. It's not easy.
It's bullshit, dude. Come on.
So here's where I come from. My initial response is exactly as yours. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, if I had to put the strongest, possible intention to understand the other side. You can't even.
You drop your balls. All right, good.
If I'm trying, like my job is to debate the other side. Right?
All right.
If it was the case, then because I don't do it for anybody, I'm not politically involved.
Sure.
I don't care, and honestly, the world could just explode. So if I would say that this phenomena is the result of something that was born from good intention,
Okay.
but it was taken a little too far, and that we got to the point where being progressive to this on the spectrum of this is still good started becoming like, okay, now the point is not to go to good, it's to who can be more progressive. And I've heard people say that, and I agree. It's sometimes feeling like, I'm not even talking about people taking advantage of it, because there's always going to be people like that, even if the majority means well. But just generally speaking, if the race is to be more progressive, then you're going to see stuff like that, because it's not about let's be as progressive as good needs to be. It's just let's be, okay, now you are all the progressive, look at me. I'm from the group of more progressive. So you can always get more hysterical. So in my opinion, yeah, I agree with you. It's bullshit. It got to the point where it's completely out of whack, and some stuff like that is BS. Just like making, female athletes in the Olympics that play volleyball, they force them to wear these bikinis.
Yes.
I get where it's coming from.
Sure.
It sells TV.
You're damn right.
Yeah. So I understand where it's coming from, but I feel like it's just as stupid, and it's coming from those same places. It's human nature. We take it extra. So I'm not in that kind of business. Mm-hmm. But of course, I understand where these people are coming from. They're just human. They're greedy.
Sure.
They're slime, just like the rest of us.
I said it before. I'll say it again. I am not a hateful person. You can test me anytime you want. I can be sitting with anybody, talking to them. I don't draw to watching drag racing, drag queens. I don't. It's not ain't my jam, bro. It just isn't. So, am I anti, or am I just a guy who doesn't really draw to that? What's my fucking problem? Because I can get canceled at any moment.
Right.
Any moment. You hater. You're a fucking hater.
Yeah.
I know. It's not my thing.
It's
man.
all relative.
I don't drink Pepsi. Go fuck yourself. I don't drink Pepsi. Go fuck yourself.
There's this chick on Twitter. I mean, she's everywhere, but I've seen her on Twitter. His name's Ariel something. She's a gay female, and she just takes this whole side of the hysterical, alt-right or extreme right, or whatever you want to call it. Sorry, left.
Sure.
Just, makes fun of it, because she's like, okay, whatever. Like, because I don't want to have sex with guys, am I this? Or because I don't want to have sex with girls that look like guys, then I'm anti this? No. I'm just
She's fucking with it. She's having fun with it.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm just one person, with my own preferences. And again, I think it's a product of something that starts in the core of progressive thinking, trying to accept each other,
Sure.
and all that. And it's probably good in the long run. But the outcome that we are seeing is extreme hysteria that people are just not even sure where to start and where to stop taking this either seriously or not. And I feel you, man. It's stupid. I feel like appropriation of surfing, I've never heard of that. It's just it's painful to hear.
I've talked to before
What's the
about.
problem? I'm sure that whoever is actually the grandfather of surfing would be proud it's in the Olympics.
Sure.
And if
Did
somebody
you watch
can
the
explain,
skateboarding, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
That's probably the only part.
Dude, in all seriousness.
Appropriation of Tony Hawk.
But in all seriousness, the skateboarding Olympics, there were 3 of us in a room. My son, our son, my wife.
I felt like it sucked, honestly.
The skateboarding was lame. There's no loop-de-loop jumps deep down.
There was no vert.
Nothing.
Yeah.
What these guys were doing, they were hanging out, bro.
Yeah.
They were doing bra stuff. Girls and guys doing skateboarding bra stuff in a weekend.
Yeah. I mean, they were all skilled, very skilled.
Great.
But it's not X Games. It wasn't near the level of excitement of watching.
X Games rocks. If you get skateboarders in X Games, those guys rock. I was watching this, and I was embarrassed for whoever was on there. And they're like, and the announcers are talking through it, and these guys are flipping and falling, and kicking their boards out and missing. I'm going,
this is not Olympic level.
These guys supposed to be the height. Or aren't they doing loop-de-loops and jumps and crazy shit? They're not doing it.
Tony
man.
Hawk was out there trying to, give them a good word, because he was narrating for a bit with one of those guys, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, it's good because he understands it's the first step.
I guess it is,
it's
man.
getting in there, getting through the door. But
Get him in the pipe like they do with the snowboarders, man.
yeah, the vert.
Get him in some crazy shit, dude. Get
Vertical
him,
half pipe.
Woo, yeah, let's see
Yeah.
that. Pat him up. Put helmets on. I don't care if they look like goalies, but get
First
them
of
doing
all,
some crazy
I
shit.
think they didn't even have helmets on.
No, what was that? What?
Yeah, which is
Dude,
not exactly promoting safety.
What is the deal? Did somebody empty a pool out? The backyard pool, and they're going, hey, let's go hang out, brah. And they're just doing the pool thing and watch my loop-de-loop. No, I want to see some crazy. Most of the people I saw in like snowboarding, guys are in their 30s, they're already been doing it since like 12. These guys are good. The skateboarders were like, on the weekend we go hang out and go jump over at Dairy Queen and do a rail.
They were probably top notch guys.
Yeah.
But it's just, I feel like the setting was wrong.
It didn't work for me, man.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. And I didn't watch surfing either because they were just riding like lame waves. It wasn't really
was
great.
I didn't watch.
And volleyball. Let's get into volleyball. Seriously, volleyball is serve, hit, set, spike. It's 3 moves. Dude, can't they let them have like more people on the beach? Have like 4 people on the beach and have them like be able to, you have to hit it 4 times on one side or 5, but it's just, that's it. I mean, I know that's great for betting on a beach in Southern California for like, it's guys that are like, shylarks and having a good time, whatever the hell they're doing, I don't know. But in the Olympics, to me, it's like, it's the same shit over and over. There's no change.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're extremely skillful individuals. I've only watched a little bit, but I wouldn't want to compete with any of them.
No, they're that good. By the way, speaking of this stuff, I have to. I'm the father of the bride, so I have to speak at my daughter's wedding coming up here in a bit.
Yeah.
And I've already got my shtick. I got my whole thing.
Don't say it here.
Huh?
Don't say it.
No, I won't say it. I'm just telling you. I came up with it. It took me 10, 20 seconds because of stuff that's been on TV recently, and I got it. And I have to talk to my daughter and my future son-in-law about, can I go for it, or do you want me to play it soft? Here's what I've learned, and I'm dead serious. I've never won or done anything good by playing it soft. If I go for it, just let go. It's going to be fun. People are going to laugh. It's going to be a memorable time, and it's going to really honor my daughter and son when I get to the next part. But my wife's like, what are you going to talk about? And I told her the soft stuff. I didn't tell her the opening stuff. The opening stuff really is all about, you have to set it up.
Yeah.
I got 10 minutes. I'm not going to use 10 minutes. But I am going to say what I got to say, which is how I'm going to draw the comparison between how glorious and wonderful this moment is and against everything else, and then what really bothers me. And it's ironic and funny, and I don't have to script it. I can say it right now.
Yeah.
I can go for it. And I've got the people that I can work with in the audience. I know who I'm doing. And my wife's like, are you really going to do this? I go, it depends on what Sarah and Michael want. If they want the simple, I'll give them the soft, loving, caring 3 to 4 minutes. If they want me to knock it out, I'll do it because I can do it. I know it's not hard for me. And then it's like, will it play well? I go, yeah, because I know the people in the audience. I'm playing to the right audience. They're going to have a good time. She goes, well, you're the one speaker that can do it. Somebody in the group standing up has to go beyond the norm. Somebody has to tell the Noxema being used in boot camp story. Someone's got to push the limit and someone's got to go above and beyond and do something crazy.
Well, that's why we're a society. We're not all the same.
I'm not.
Yeah, somebody's gonna stick out. Somebody's gonna pull that way. Somebody's gonna do this, and I think everybody has their place. Sometimes your place is more controversial and more extreme and more drawing. So I think
Now, I'll just be honest with you. My place tonight is a chicken pot pie at home at some point. I've only had so much alcohol.
yeah,
And this is better than coffee. And the coffee we had, it was killer. This is, I'm holding this better.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a fan of my newly discovered whiskey, Slow and Low, baby.
Slow and low. Can I get a taste of that?
Sure, you're not gonna like it because you didn't like my Tennessee whiskey.
Oh, no, keep it away there. No, you already, that's a jinx.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Shit, I want you to try it.
No, don't throw my night off. I've got to cleanse. I told you I had to cleanse from earlier.
That's right.
Yeah, I got to cleanse.
You need to go to Peru Creek.
I have something inappropriate to say, I guess, but I'll try to clean it up. So,
Go for it. This
I
is not
know.
an appropriate platform.
I know a guy. I'm going to say this now. I know a guy and a gal that have known each other for a lot of years. And this gal also knows a guy that I know. And she's having doing a thing with him. My wife and I know them. And we've had to sit down and talk about it and go through the different parts of it and how we figured and do it. Linda and I met under some interesting circumstances. We had some bad marriages, and it was 20-something years ago. We've just had a real fortunate life together, but we see people that we care about and that are in our life now that are going through a similar struggle, and we're actually running into them socially. A couple here, and then she's actually coupled up over there with another guy for some interesting reasons, but nothing that we're going to judge her by.
Yeah.
And I've talked to Linda about it, and I just realized that, maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I might have said something, but I turned 60 not too long from now, in about 5 days, and I've just gone too far, man. I just don't have time to judge people about this bullshit. I just don't. I don't have an interest in jumping in, you know what I mean? I just want to be on the periphery saying, how do you say it? Whatever floats your boat. Because we're meeting them. We're part of their life socially over here, and then she's part of this guy's life over here. And we're right in the middle. And I mean, we're in the middle.
Yep.
And so we're like,
You gotta use all of compassion.
So that's what we're doing. We're like, and I don't want someone judging me and saying, well, you don't say anything? No, dude, why? You step into her shoes and his shoes and his shoes. You'll maybe get it. But if you apply a particular, morality to it, you might not like it, might not like her. And I've just told Linda, like I said to you, I don't have time for that bullshit, man. My energies are really going to some
It's really
real
toxic, yeah.
It's just, I can't judge her. I can't. And she.
Here's the thing. Be the change you want to see in the world.
Ooh, was that Gandhi?
Yes, sir.
Well, look at you pulling Gandhi out. Oh, my God. Who's next? Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, they interchange Buddha and
Where,
Anubis.
you pointed. Where's Buddha? Where's Buddha?
He's over there.
Oh, there he is. Dude.
Yeah. So
Wow. Does he have his arms up?
I need a Gandhi too.
Does Buddha have his arms up?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the red over there is Ganesh.
That's an elephant head, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's the god of prosperity. Hindu. But
Can I ask you a dumb question?
sure. I was just gonna finish by saying, just it's time to just be compassionate. A lot of crazy shit is happening. Be the change you want to see in the world. And some people are gonna be assholes and judge. You can just decide if you want to be an asshole too, or you want to just be compassionate and try to understand. We're the old farts, the generation that is not understanding of what's going on. That's just how it's gonna go down. There's no escaping that.
Well, it leads me to the idea that every generation, the grandparents have said kids these days. Here we are saying that again. Every generation says it.
Now it's getting, you get younger before you start saying that. Like, I'm in my 30s and I'm already saying that. You know what I mean? So
Kids these days?
Yeah.
It's a tough world, man. The world has changed so much that the kids are exposed to a lot more than whatever. I got to transition. I'm sorry. I got to go to something different.
Please.
You talked to me about doing book one. Book one, everybody. Doing book one in an audio book in my voice. So I wanted to follow up on that because time is of the essence. I have to get home and eat a chicken pot pie, and we're getting on a plane.
Heck yeah.
4:30 in the morning. So let's get to it. So there's a program I purchased, which they're going to lock in my. It'll take my transcripts, edited transcripts of book one. It takes it piece by piece. I can't do the whole book. I have to do chapters 1 through 4 and on. Anyway, I can go into this thing. It's called Mike Monster. I'll just say it. Mike Monster, I'll take it there. Now, once it goes into Mike Monster and I have it all set, I'm going to listen to Mike Monster in this ear and have it read out on the screen. And it's going to say, like, for instance, in book one, Luca turns the corner and goes, "What the fuck you doing? Why don't you just stick the coin in? What are you doing? You a fucking idiot?" It'll read that in the voice that Mike Monster I've chosen. There's many of them, and you can do it. And it might be a little bit different than that. I'll listen to it, turn it off, have my other headphone over here, turn it on, and I'll read what I see. and what I just heard.
Love it.
But you have motivated me to do that because I didn't think, and I've explained this many times, I have a Delaware Valley diction. I do word salad sometimes, especially when I read. It's difficult for me. I'm not a practiced reader. I'm not a very accomplished reader in that I can flow. But I can hear and see and then take it over here. I can actually go right to left and do it.
Yep.
So we're going to do book 1 in my voice.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about it because you got the spark going. And I was like, how to do it? And this
Very
thing came
happy you
along.
decided to do it.
It came along, and I tell Linda, he was telling me it would work, but I can't find that. And then I found it. I went,
There we go.
she's like, oh, honey, you got to do it. I go, yeah, I'll do it because people want to hear the audiobook, or at least it makes it more accessible.
It does, and also when it's the author narrating it, it's the whole difference. And you're welcome. If that was planting the seed, then
You're the man. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I really
absolutely.
do. I mean that. I mean that sincerely. That was it was wonderful. It clicked the other night. And I went, ding! That little ding, and then it's like, do you have it? I go, I got it. That damn Ito. Can't wait to see it again.
yeah, heck yeah, man. I'm happy you came out.
Yeah.
So I won't hold you up for chicken pot pie. Where can people expect to see book number 3 here?
Well, book 3 will be on Amazon again. You can go to Amazon.com and order
You can
the
get
book.
it as a hardcover too, right?
Yeah, we're doing hardcover. And so I didn't want to get into the dirty details, but I'll just give the basics. We've learned a lot from books 1 and 2. We really have. It's just an understatement. What I'm doing is the process is very simple. I'm coming on your show. I'm showing the book cover for book 3. I'm releasing the book when I have actually got the physical copy of book 3 in my hand and looked it over and said the printing works.
Nice.
I did not do that books 1 and 2. Nightmare. It didn't go well.
This came out fine.
Yeah, but I overhyped. I overhyped and underdelivered for when the product could be and all that stuff. This product here, I'm
Underhyped, over-delivered.
simple going right to it. This is what it's going to look like. I get my copy in hand a certain date, the 10th of September. Don't tell anybody. I look it over, and then I release this book. Right now, it's listed for $199, so they can't really order it. And then I change the price, and then they can get the book. And I'm going to have contests. I'll give away gift cards and cash and all kind of things to get the sales pumped up. We're past book 3 after this. Now it changes. We realign everything on pricing, on marketing, and we go for our next thing, which is in for Horseshoe Crab Press. There's 2 directions we're going besides this. It's our science fiction series, and it's also our children's books. Sounds kind of interesting. Children's books? Well, yeah, I've got some great contributors. I've got great editors. I've got great contributors as far as the storyline and illustrators. So
That's
we're ready,
so cool.
we're ready to go into that. I have a 2-year plan beyond this, and it really is. Within 2 years, we'll have the minimum 7 books on this series because I'm going to 9. We'll have 2 or 3 children's books out, and they're not that hard to put out. We'll have at least 2 of the science fiction things. And I think folks will really like the science fiction because they'll grab onto, once they feel the story, they'll go, oh, because you gotta look out into the world and what's been there and tap a bit without stealing. But I've got enough in South Jersey and I've got enough in the history there where it'll go more than just colloquial or local. It'll spread because, I mean, hell, South Jersey Casino Boy, where I'm going to be in book 4, people will go like, how did you come up with that? How did you come up with that location? I know guys, I know guys. I know guys that have worked in Halliburton and beyond.
Right.
So they tell me stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It will be interesting one day to talk with you about reinventing yourself because clearly you have
Yeah.
probably multiple times.
And the bottom line really is, for me, I've changed because I've found a way to level off, and that's through prayer and through meditation. Not
I
being
mean,
a-
leveling off is one thing and reinventing yourself is another, but both of those are extremely helpful nowadays with how fast technology is moving around
Yeah.
and we're living in a very fast-paced world.
I'll be doing. It's not TED Talks, but I'll be in front of audiences within 2 years or less. I know I will. That's my goal. That I've already got people talking to me about what I can do and how. I've already got my it's already there. We're already talking about how we're going to do it. I'm putting some stuff out now. People are seeing it, reacting, but we'll be in front of audiences.
I don't doubt it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. I can't wait. I'll throw my heart into it.
Yeah.
It's sincere and it's real. And I have a message and it'll get out there and it'll play. I know it'll play.
Throw your brother some tickets, huh?
I'll take care of you. My man.
All right.
Thanks, Hito.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming out.
Fun stuff, man.
Yeah, let's wrap it out.
Maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, I'm probably sure we will.